And we are with world-class engineer Jerry Thomas, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about a gravity motor that he recently saw. So go ahead, Jerry. Tell us what you. Feel free to start any way you want.
Alrighty, well, this is Jerry Thomas. Hi, everybody. I've got the pleasure of being out here in Ohio, visiting with Timothy Trapp of WITS, World Improvement for the Spirit Ministries, and he recently let me play or examine the rolling gravity wheel, which is quite a contraption. It's about 4 feet tall, roughly, this and that. Anyway, we went out there, and he wanted my opinion on how I thought it worked and all that. And so I got to spend, probably 10-15 minutes with the rolling gravity wheel. And I actually had my hands on it. I got to see it and roll it along. We had a flat surface, which is how we were testing it. As I say, this thing was about maybe 4 foot around in diameter, thereabouts, and kind of heavy. It took a little minute to learn how to balance it as I would move forward with it and roll it along this flat surface. And so I rolled it back and forth a good 20, 30, 40 times to gain some experience with balancing it and experiencing its net positive forward thrust. It's like a very small amount of it pushes itself forward in a kind of a continuous or kind of a pulse method, like pulsing itself forward. And so I ran back and forth with that several times, because it took, for me, a few times to gain a feeling of this thing moving itself forward a little bit. Again, it was just a little bit. I think my evaluation was, though, that there definitely was a small amount of net forward thrust on a flat surface. And then as a comparison, we rolled it backwards against itself. In other words, both directions. We rolled it in what would be the forward direction, the way it was built, and then we rolled it backwards in the reverse direction to see if there was any difference. And there definitely was a difference. The backwards motion was more chaotic, and it lacked the feeling that it wanted to keep itself moving forward. So a lot of people would like to experience this sort of thing. I did get to experience it firsthand, and as I say, and as our friend Timothy says, these gravity wheels, a lot of people would like them to have a lot more force and a lot more that you would feel. And so, so I kind of would have to agree that it'd be nice if you could feel a little bit more. But again, it's a sort of a small amount of extra forward motion that you get off of this thing when you roll it. And as Timothy says, these things could be improved. However, a lot of people heard about this from the WITS organization, about the gravity wheels and this sort of thing. This was a special treat because the idea of a rolling gravity wheel, a wheel that moves itself forward either on its own or with some assistance, which is what we did. I assisted it as it rolled forward. So that was quite a treat for me to get to experience that. There's only, maybe 10 or 20 people that have gone to actually try this gravity wheel, and so I'm pleased to say that I got to try it and experience it. And again, I would say the feeling was a slight net forward motion that the wheel was giving itself as I assisted moving it forward. And so that's what I'd like to tell everybody. That again, I really did get to see it, really did get to experience it. And for all those of you out there who would like to do that, I'm speaking for you, so to speak. So I'm glad to give this testimony about this wheel.
And just to clarify, your assist to move it forward is mainly just to speed it up to its speed it wants to go. Is that correct?
Yeah, the wheel itself, of course, anything with weight has a momentum, and you have to kind of get it up to speed. As I walked back and forth with it, I would go a little bit faster, and so the faster you went, you would notice, I noticed, that there were certain speeds as you went a little faster that you definitely got a more positive forward motion that way, whereas maybe if you were going a little bit slower, the mechanisms didn't really have the same forward thrust to them. So these things seem to have a speed that they like to run at.
Yeah, that's correct.
Which is a little bit faster maybe than a slow walk. So yeah, there's issues. And these are big mechanical things, and people have to realize that mechanical things have momentums to them. And so when you get into their band of momentum, then it really carries itself forward nicely that way.
Yeah, it's a little bit like resonant frequencies. As both of us are electrical engineers, and as from electrical's perspective, everything likes to resonate at certain frequencies. So in a sense, you could say the gravity motor wants to resonate at a certain frequency, or wants to do its thing at a certain frequency, behave in that manner where it's producing a forward thrust or forward net thrust.
Yeah, it's going to have a band where it operates really well, and in motors and things like this, people are used to the idea of a power band in a motorcycle, various things, and you have to match the transmission to the speed of the motor to get the motor's power. So yeah, mechanical things are like that. They have bands where they work better.
Now, just so it's clear to the viewers, was there anything hidden in the device, or did you see everything?
Oh no, I actually saw every single part of the gravity wheel, which was quite a treat for me, of course. I've heard about these things with Timothy for a long time, and he was very open about me seeing everything there. There was no hidden parts. Everything was quite open, and of course, I lack a certain mechanical ability, so a lot of mechanical things kind of slip by me, but I'm an electrical engineer, so I just thought it was kind of a clever mechanism, is my feeling.
But as an electrical engineer, there was no electrical parts like it. People often accuse people of hiding electric motors, and
oh, yeah.
And electric motors supposedly throw the weights around.
Yeah, there are absolutely no electrical batteries, no motors, no other parts, all mechanical. Weights and mechanical things, and so that was, as I say, quite a treat to just see that this was a mechanical contraption with certainly, obviously, no hidden wires or batteries or no kind of nothing hidden. This idea that people have, and somehow Timothy Thrapowitz is hiding things from people. When he does show things to people, and I am one person he has shown a lot of things to. I can honestly tell everybody there's no trickery, there's no hidden business here. He's very sincere and honest about showing sincere people who are helping the ministry these things.
Yeah, amen. Well, thank you, Brother JT. We really appreciate you coming forward and being willing to testify a little bit, and hopefully it'll keep encouraging other people to support the ministry in whatever way God leads their heart. So everybody just pray about it and do as the Lord leads you.
Yeah, amen to that. And again, I'm trying to speak for a lot of you here as an eyewitness testimony for a lot of you. And I would like to see more people being a little more supportive is what I would like to see.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you.
Very good. Thank you.